that you like it, yeah. Got no time is what you're known to say. I make you wish there was 48 hours to each day. The problem is you ain't been loved like you should. What I got to give will show enough do you good. Tell me something good. Tell me that you love me, yeah. Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it, yeah. You ain't got no kind of feeling inside. Something that sure enough set your stuff on fire. You refuse to put anything before your pride. What I got will knock your private side. Tell me something good. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Tell me that you love me, yeah. Tell me something good. Oh, baby, 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 yeah. Tell me that you like it, yeah. Tell me something good. Oh, tell me, baby, tell me that you love me, yeah, 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 yeah. Tell me something good. Oh, tell me that you like it, yeah.
Happy day 7. Happy day 7. Hi, y'all. And welcome to day 7 of 12 days of sweetness. We are past the halfway mark. I am just as excited, if not more, than I was when we started on day 1. Hi, Stacy. Welcome in. It is Monday. Usually Mondays are like, but it's been a good Monday. The snow is finally melting. And it's day 7. So, if this is your first time with us or your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time with us, welcome. This is 12 Days of Sweetness, and I am your host, your sweet life maven, your curator, your, I don't know, I'm me. I am Rakita Lillard Brown, the founder of Hollis Street and the curator of The Sweet Life. Hey, Michelle, welcome. So good to see you joining us this evening. Little bit of a breakdown. 12 Days of Sweetness is exactly what it sounds like and more. And actually, let me not say it's exactly what it sounds like, because I think that this started as an idea and a vision, and it has deepened over the last 7 days. bigger than my what I could have imagined it to be. We do something I call 12 Days of Wellness every year around this time. And it's usually an email series, some social media posts, maybe a video here or there, and it's highlighting self care, Black women, all of the things, right? And so this year, I said I wanted to zhuzh it up a little bit. I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to really tap into my community because I know some really amazing, dope Black women, and even some of them I don't know, right? So I put a call out back in October and I said to these glorious women, hey, do you want to be a part of this idea that I have? And they all said yes. And so there are 15 of us total, 15 amazing Black women who are therapists, artists, fashion designers, healers, community builders, community elders, intuitives, astrologers, writers, authors, priestess. I mean, the list is long, all of the amazingness that these women embody. And each of them has taken time out of their busy lives to pour into this community. And so we have this private, sure it's private, community on Circle, which is free to join. If you are a Black woman, you can join the space. That is where you get to experience all of the lessons that they have contributed to this experience. There are lessons in there that range from 5 minutes all the way up to 45 minutes long. And they're so good. I have watched a few of them multiple times. Um, some of them are, it's like some audio, some meditations, some sound healings, some forecasting, some loving talks, some lessons around certain methods and frameworks that we have all created. I mean, it is just absolutely beautiful inside of the Circle. And so you have access to that as well as a marketplace, which is full of all of our offerings, our services, our products, our experiences, all of these things created by these dope Black women inside of the Circle. So if you have not joined us yet there, please go ahead and do that. The space is open until January 1st. The link that's scrolling across your screen right now is the link to do that. It's free to join, and we'd love to have you. Outside of that, we are here live every night for 12 days. We started on the 9th. Our last day is the 29th. Today is the 7th day. I cannot believe how far we have come. We've had some really amazing conversations with our luxury curators over these last 7 days. We've talked about fine tuning your inner integrity and what it looks like to have healthy, loving, thriving relationships with other women, creating sisterhood and community that is valuable, not just to self, but to the world. Hey, Lavonda, welcome. Welcome. It's so good to see you. I'm just going over a little overview because if you can believe it, we're on day 7 and we are halfway, a little more than halfway through our 12 days. And so, yes, so day 1, we fine tuned our inner integrity. We had that talk with Sister Mathina. Oh, it was so good and so nourishing. And it was really a perfect opening to this. If you check out the replays, watch some of the videos inside of the community, you will start to see and connect the dots on all of these women and how we are contributing to this beautiful ecosystem of Black women thriving. Black women striving for a sweet life, whatever that means for you. You get to define what that looks like for you because, you know, Black women, we come in all shapes, sizes. We're not a monolith. And so you get to define that. What we are doing here inside of the community is just holding the vision with you because we know that when you hold it together, it's much more likely to come to fruition. And so that was day one. Day two, we were joined by the amazing Vanessa Smithers, where we talked about what it means to tell your story, to tell your truth, to use words that are empowering and not words that are damaging or belittling. And who, if not you, then who is the right person to tell your story? So we talked about that. And then on day three, we had the amazing Cha Jones. And we talked about um the, actually, I think we had Jen. Listen, I might be flipping it a little bit. I am. Apologies. I've been doing this for 7 days now. On day three, we were connected with Jen Roberts, founder of Colored Girls Liberation Lab, where we talked about dreaming. We talked about dreaming and the different portals of pleasure, play, and rest, and what it looks like to dream and allow yourself to do that. And then we were followed up with Oshun Keme, because day three we had a 2-for-1. Yes, thank you, Brown Jewel. Cha Jones told the story. I'm getting them a little mixed up, but listen, it's all coming together quite beautifully. And so blame it on my mind and not my heart, because there are a lot of moving pieces in the back end of this. And so, like I said, day three, we had two curators come on, Jen, and then later we were joined by Oshun Keme, where we talked about feminine energy and creating a juicy, sweet life, and what that looks like and feels like and tastes like, and all of the ways that we can tap into our magic, our energy to manifest whatever it is we want to manifest. You have probably heard this. If you're on this, if you are a part of the circle or you've come across one of our posts, then I'm sure you're very well versed in what manifestation is. And so we're not telling you nothing new per se. We're just reinforcing and reaffirming what you already know, because that's the beauty of being in this community. Sometimes you just need to hear it again. Sometimes you need it to hear it rephrased a different way, but you already know what it looks like, what it means. You know what to do, because us, especially Black women, we know what to do. We got the magic. We got the sweetness. We always have it. But sometimes we need to be reminded of that. And so that is one of our goals here in this 12 days of sweetness. Then we wrapped it up again with day four, which was with Cha Jones. And we talked about journaling and the power of writing and storytelling. She has a beautiful method called the Write Method. We even talked about what it'll look like to bring her back next year in our full society and teach a class or two. I'm really excited about that. But what I loved about our conversation is it reminded me, at least, about how beautiful it is to journal, and the tool, and using that tool to help you let go, to help you call in, to help you review, evaluate, dream, all of the things. Can you see how the things have starting to weave together and connect? These curators, I did not choose them lightly. I chose them because I truly believe that each and every one of them has a beautiful, sweet treat, gem, golden nugget to add and contribute to how we are stepping into 2026, living a full, thriving, sweet life. So that was day four. And then day five came. We switched it up because it was the weekend. But if you missed it, I'm sorry. You should absolutely go back to the replay, whether you are in the community or following us on YouTube or Facebook. Watch that replay, because that was a conversation between me and the Womb Sauna founder, Tema Aziz Sewa. I said this during our talk, that whenever I have a talk with Tama, whether it is for business, for life, for personal, it does not matter. I'm always left feeling so full and poured into. We want to talk about a gift, an anointing. Have you ever been in the presence of someone and their words just, you say, damn, that was for me? The conversation was so good. It was so beautiful. One of the things that she said that has been sticking with me is it is time for the council of wise women to come to the front. It's time for us to step forward into our truth, be a part of a community that is healing, that is nourishing, that is loving, that doesn't just take from us, but also gives back to us. It was a good conversation. You should, if you have not listened to it, or even if you have listened to it, go back and watch it again. I promise you, you will get a new nugget every time. And then we came to day 6, the halfway point, which was yesterday. And it was beautiful because it was a nice little Sunday reset. I sat down with my good friend Jamila White, who is also an intuitive life coach. I've known her, she has known me through many variations of my life. I think I am now on Rakita 7.0. I'm not sure. I lost count some time ago, but she has seen me through many variations. We talked about intuition and trusting your gut and listening to it and learning to push through and do it anyway, whether you are afraid, whether you are unclear or not, stepping through it, because there's nothing worse than regretting, right? You try, you have a dream, you have a vision. It may not be clear. The path may not be clear. You may be skeptical. You may be scared out of your mind, but do it anyway, because I promise you what's on the other end of that is something even more beautiful than you could imagine. This 12 days of sweetness, this whole experience and production is a beautiful example of that. I had this vision. I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to come together. And at the time, it seemed to be such a big thing. But look where we are, day 7. And I could not be more joyful and pleased and honored and grateful for how we have come this far. So that is the little recap of our 12 days, our 7 days so far. Well, our 6 days so far, because today is day 7. Today, we have another 2 for 1. We are going to be joined by 2 luxury life curators this evening. The first being a fashion designer, because I thought to myself as we were coming together and planning this out, I said, I don't want to just talk about the mind stuff, right? Like, because we could talk about that all the time. It's valuable, it's important. Yes, the mind shifts are important, the encouragement is important, the how to come into community, that is important, absolutely. But I really wanted to try and touch every part of your life, because that's a part of the holistic approach, right? Like, it's whole. That is a part of the sweet life. We always say that the sweetness isn't without sticky or chaos or sour, right? Like, it's not always about sunshine and rainbows, but it is about how you can find sweetness and joy and love even in those moments that are uncomfortable. And when we're also talking about building this sweet life, we need to talk about it all: mind, body, and spirit. So today we're talking with Dr. ChaCha Hudson, who is an amazing fashion designer. We're going to talk about what it looks like to, should I say what it looks like? Let's say what it looks and feels like to wear the clothes that make you feel sexy, make you feel like you, fit you in a way that you're like, that was meant for me. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about a little bit of fashion and what a sweet life looks like on that side of the world. And then later, we're going to be joined by the amazing Cheyenne Cuff, who is a therapist here in Brooklyn. I met her very recently. Now, see, I said earlier, if you all noticed, I said, some of these curators I've known for years. Some of them I'm just now building these relationships with. So I'm really excited to have this beautiful mix of both old and new, because that's also a part of this community piece, right? Like building upon what we already know, tapping into your network. So Cheyenne is going to join us later, and we're going to talk about what it looks like to live a delicious life. This is why I like her. This is why when we met, I said, this is going to be something. I'll talk about sweetness. You talk about living a delicious life. This is gotta be alignment. So that's what we have in store today. I'm really excited. If you cannot tell, if you've been following me on Instagram and Facebook, then you know that maybe about an hour, not even a full hour before we started, I was just waking up. I love to wait till the very last minute to hit the live button and get myself together. That's also part of the sweet life, because the luxury in that is the ability to slow down and move the way that I want to move. A little nugget for today. So as I sip some water, because we got to have some water tonight. It's not in my regular wine glass because tonight's drink of choice is a delicious, very crisp ginger beer. And that is what gets to go into the wine glass. So there you have it. Those are the drinks this evening. Let's settle into our day 7. I want to know, if you're on the chat, let me know, how are you feeling today? What feels sweet? What feels like it still needs a little bit of a shift? Did you watch any of our videos from over the weekend? How are you feeling 7 days into the 12 days of sweetness? I said a little bit about how I was feeling with this giddiness and this joy. And today, even with the giddiness, right, I feel like I'm in a very beautiful groove. I had a test run earlier today with one of our curators, and she said, "How are you doing?" Listen, the value, the magic in another Black woman just pausing and saying, "How you doing?" It just does something. I felt it when she said it, because I've been on this move, and making sure everyone is feeling good and has all their information and is ready, checking you all in the community to make sure you have what you need. And so it's really nice when in mid conversation, someone says to me, "How you doing?" Um, and so I said to her, like I'm telling you all, is I feel like I'm in such a groove and in such a rhythm right now, and that feels good. There's value um, in being organized. And as a Taurus who loves to like flutter around, and I'm very much the kind of person I'm the first person to say, it'll all work out. It'll all come together. Um, this is the most organized I've been in my entire life. And I see the benefit in that. So I'm just grateful. Stacy, yes. So you feeling relaxed and inspired. I love that. I meditated this morning and that has carried me through the day. Listen, thank you for reminding me about meditation, because I say this often, right? And if you've been um, following along these last few days, I keep saying I have on my calendar time, okay, at 2 o'clock every single day. It says meditation time, because I said I wanted to meditate more. And every time the clock goes off, I'm not always doing it. Grace, I'm still a work in progress. So there's that. But thank you for sharing that because that's inspiring. And I love that you said it's carried you through the day. Because I think that's the piece I'm missing. Maybe I shouldn't be doing meditation at 2 o'clock in the day. Maybe I should be doing it in the morning to carry me through the day. There are other rituals that I do in the morning, which are really around sitting at my altar in the morning in some kind of form of prayer. And so I guess that could be considered some meditation, but I need to do some more intentional meditation. So thank you for sharing that because I'm going to try it later this week. I'm going to change the time from 2 to morning time for meditation. I'm going to see how that works. So thank you. Lavonda, the day's offerings have been rich in their sweetness. Thank you. You are so welcome. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad that the offerings are rich for you. And I'm glad that they feel good. That's very, I received that. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to continue to just check the chats here and there to see who else wants to share how these offerings have been and what's been going on for you. But we're going to do one of my favorite things that we've been doing over the last few days is the body scan check-in. So if you're not familiar with it, if this is your first time, we like to do a body scan to set the tone for the evening, especially on the days that we're doing the week times. We're going to set the tone. It's Monday. So this is a great time to check in with yourself to see how things are going, so that when you do a check-in later this week, you will have something to compare it to. So the way that we do this is if you're sitting, you want to make sure your feet are planted firmly on the ground. If you're laying down, that works too. You just want to be comfortable. We're going to do palms up if you're looking to call in some extra energy and love. Palms down if you are looking for some grounding. And the purpose of this body scan isn't for you to resolve anything. It's really just for you to take note of what is going on. Sometimes we move so fast throughout our day that we miss the little signs or messages that our body is giving us. And our body always tells us what it needs. So today I'm going to do one palm up and one palm down for a little bit of mix and a nice little balance. And we're going to start by just taking a deep breath in and breathing out. Good. And you're going to start at the top of your head, so your crown. And you can do it with your eyes closed. You can do it with your eyes open as well, but that might be a little weird. So close your eyes and visualize yourself scanning your body, starting at your crown, coming down through the forehead. And today, what the immediate thing that pops up for me is to pay attention to my temples, relaxing my face, relaxing my jaw. So continue that scan down. And when we get to our throat, maybe just clear it out a little bit. Just sometimes we hold or bite our words for the day and they get stuck right there. So continuing the scan down through your shoulders, having them relax a little bit more. Down through your chest, your heart, and pause here, because if you've been with us for these last few days, maybe your heart feels a little fuller. Maybe it's calling for something more. Either way, we want to just take note. And you're going to continue your scan down from your chest to your belly, to your lower back, through your bottom, your thighs, your knees. And we like to pause here at our knees and give it a little thanks. They don't get enough acknowledgement and gratitude from us for holding up all of who we are. And continue your scan down through your shins, your calves, your ankles, the tops of your feet, your toes, and the bottoms of your feet. And when you get to the bottom of your feet, I want you to take a deep breath in, pulling that air all the way up from the bottom, all the way up through the ankles, shins, knees, thighs, bottom, stomach, chest, neck, face, and crown, and then breathe out. So let's do that one more time. Breathe in and breathe out. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes if they were closed. You can readjust yourself. You can give a little thanks to your body. On a Monday, I like to give my body a little encouragement and pep talk to get us moving through the week. So I usually just want to say thank you. And knowing me, I'm usually something like, let's go, right? Like, we got this. We're going to do this. It's going to be an amazing week. I'm calling in all of the things that I'm hoping will happen this week. I'm giving prayer. I'm giving gratitude. And so just take that moment to do that. And there we go. And there you have it. So that's your check-in for this good Monday. I hope that it brought you a little bit of grounding, a little peace. We're going to have ChaCha join us very soon. But before she does, I want you all to think about what you want to look like in 2026. And I'm not talking about this, you know, how we love to make resolutions around losing weight, working out, being fit. We could talk about the physical pieces later. But what do you want to look like? And I'm going to give you an example. I was just telling one of the other curators who will join us later this week, I said, I don't know if it is because I have been here in New York now for 6 years or if it's cold outside. I'm not sure. But I think I want to get into wearing fur coats. She laughed because she's from New York. And she was like, of course, they're warm. It makes sense. And I was like, no, it has nothing to do with the warmth piece. Although that's the bonus, right? Like that's the cherry on top. I want a fur coat because in my mind, that is like a rich auntie. Okay, I want the fur coat. I want the hat. I want the boots. I want it all. That's what I mean. And so when I ask you the question of what do you want to look like moving into 2026, what does that look like for you? Do you want to be like a rich auntie? Are you trying to be very chic, vintage? I'm thinking fine wine, like a good red, right? Like I'm thinking, um, I want to be comfortable but stylish. I'm asking this question because we're going to talk about this shortly with ChaCha. But I just thought, right? Like as we step into 2026, we have been talking so much about what our dreaming is going to be. What are the things we're manifesting, right? It could be money, it could be a new job, a new house, all of those things, right? I'm going to start this business, I'm going to launch this thing. But what do you want to look like? When you step into a room and someone sees you, what do you want them to say? I want to walk in the room and they be like, God damn. I want them to be like, wow. I want them to look and be like, that's Rakita. Okay. I'm looking for a signature style. So I'm excited to have this conversation. Yes, Brown Jewel, are you making these eyes because I said I think I want a fur coat? Are you just making the eyes because you want to make the eyes? I'm serious though. I can't wait for 2026 because it's going to be, I am really excited to get things tailored. I want to have a few key pieces. I want to know that when I start, when I'm traveling, what I'm going to wear. Now, this is tied in because if you don't know about Hollis Street and the Sweet Life, we offer Sweet Life experiences and retreats. And so I want to go back to a time that when I pack and travel, I've got dinnerware. I'm talking really beautiful dresses, beautiful ensembles. Okay. I want to know that when we go on our excursions, you're going to look when I come out, step out of my room to get on the shuttle or in our private car. You're like, wow, I want to look put together. And that's not always easy. Being a Black woman, being, I like to think I'm a little juicy, a little curvaceous. Sometimes it's challenging to find the pieces that fit. I'm also short. So, it's a challenge. So I want to hear, drop in the chat, what are you wanting to look like as you step into 2026? Do you already have signature pieces? Or are you looking to completely level up and switch up the wardrobe? Um, are you hoping what kind of tips? If you're like, girl, I don't know. I don't know what I want to look like yet. Let's talk about it. Let's walk through it. You got a little time to do that before ChaCha joins us. So think about it. Think it over. We're going to take a little break. And then when we come back, ChaCha will join us for that conversation. And I hope you got some great answers for what you want to look like, feel like in 2026. Also tonight I'm feeling like playing some more Shaka Khan. If you don't know, I love me some Shaka Khan. She's one of my most favorite folks. So I'm gonna play a little Shaka Khan while we take this little break. And when we come back, we will be joined by ChaCha. And we'll talk some more about a signature style, about feeling good in our clothing, some tips maybe on how to create that signature style. So grab yourself a little drink or refresh your beverages, stretch a little bit, grab a snack. If you just getting home and settled, I hope you get some good food in you. And we'll be back in about 10-ish minutes. And we'll talk about it. So see you soon.
Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan, let me rock it, Chaka Khan. Let me rock it, that's all I wanna do. Chaka Khan, let me rock it, Chaka Khan. Let me rock it, got a feel for you. Chaka Khan, what you tell me what you wanna do? Do you feel for me the way I feel for you? Chaka Khan, let me tell you what I wanna do. I wanna love you, wanna hug you, wanna squeeze you too. And let me take it in my arms, let me feel you with my charm, Chaka. Cause you know that I'm the one that keep you warm, Chaka. I make it more than just a physical dream. I wanna rock you, Chaka, baby, cause you make me wanna scream. Let me rock it, rock it. Let me rock it, it's all I wanna do. Chaka Khan, let me rock it, Chaka Khan. Let me rock it, got the feel for you, feel for you. Chaka Khan, let me rock it, Chaka Khan. Let me rock it, it's all I wanna do. Chaka Khan, let me rock it, Chaka Khan. Let me rock it, cause I feel for you. Chaka Khan, would you tell me what you wanna do? Do you feel for me the way I feel for you? Chaka Khan, let me tell you what I wanna do. I wanna love you, wanna hug you, wanna squeeze you too. So let me take it in my arm, let me feel you with my charm, Chaka. Cause you know that I'm the one that keep you warm, Chaka. I make it more than just a physical dream. I wanna rock you, Chaka, cause you make me wanna scream. Feel for you.
Welcome back. Welcome to the 12 days of sweetness. If you're just joining us, listen, we're on day 7 and I'm excited because we are past the halfway mark. We have come together for these last 6 days to offer pockets of joy and celebration and lessons and strategy and offerings. I'm so excited and joyous and grateful. And so, yes, we're back. If you had come in with the while Shaka Khan was playing, listen, I love me some Shaka. 2 years ago, maybe it was 2 years ago, I cannot remember. My glorious wife surprised me and we went to see her, and I had the best time of my life. Okay. You want to talk about being at a concert and standing practically the entire time and singing to the top of your lungs, where by the next day you're like, I got nothing left, Lord. That was me. I have fully embraced my auntie persona, and I felt it come to full fruition at that concert. So I love me some Shaka. She will get me together every time. Okay, before the break, I did ask the question around what you want to look like. How would you describe that as you step into 2026? And Lavonda, you said fire and gave this really beautiful, is it an acronym? Right? I think that's the term for it. Feminine, irresistible, radiant, and eclectic. Come on with that. Listen, feminine, yes, got it. Irresistible, what a word. I like that. Radiant and eclectic. I love that. I feel like that's already your style. But listen, going into 2026, we just gonna double down. We're going to affirm. I love that. That sounds really juicy, really sweet. Um, are there any signature pieces that you have that go along with this fire style? I'm interested. I'm interested in this because as I get older, or as I'm being more intentional about not just what goes in my body and in my mind, but what goes on my body. And one of the things that I really incorporated this year that I had gotten back to, I used to do it often when I was younger, is get my nails done. Is a part of who I am when it comes to like my signature style at this point. I love getting them done. These are my nails. I'm very proud of them. Um, and whenever I get my nails done, I feel very boss like. I feel very sexy. I feel very confident. And so I also want to incorporate that into what I'm putting on my body, which we're going to get into shortly when ChaCha joins us. Yes, Lavonda, hats and jewelry. I want more dresses and skirts. I would love to have some really dope dresses in my closet, like some signature pieces, which you all, if I do not bring it up during conversation, please remind me, because one of the things that, let me give you a little overview of ChaCha before she joins us. I met ChaCha in one of my mastermind business groups. We are a part of this group that is really, really dope women. All of us own businesses. And you ever meet someone and you just hit it off instantly? I really, really enjoyed her energy, her personality. And so the few times that we have been on calls together, her and I, we usually be on for a good little minute. And so I was like, I feel like I'm onto something if I'm really enjoying having these conversations. And so I had invited her to be a part of this 12 days of sweetness. Um, but I say this to say, because Lavonda, you mentioned wanting more dresses. One of the things that ChaCha does is I was just snooping on the website. She is the owner of the Social Cafe, social like SEW. So, and there's this really dope pattern on there for um, these maxi dresses that are so cute. And I'm like, I wonder if I could ask her uh to make me one of those, because it's really cute and I love it. So remind me, y'all, if I don't remember, please drop it in the comments for me to bring it up during our conversation. Um Stacy, I would like to go into the new year with more jewel tone colors, ooh, and scarves, and the look of palazzo pants. There was one year that I was like obsessed with palazzo pants. I feel like I might bring that back because that's a good look. I love that. And when you say jewel tone colors, what are we thinking? Like, what is that? I'm drawing a blank on what that actually looks like. But I feel like I love that for you. This thing with the scarves, you know what, the other piece that I've really been interested in is adding brooches. I'm trying to add some brooches to my life. Okay. I don't know who this version of Rakita is, that is now into fur coats and fur hats and brooches and all of that. But I'm interested in learning more about who she's becoming. Yes, brown jewel palazzo pants are so dope. What about you, brown jewel? What you trying to look like in this new year? Emerald greens, ruby color. Okay, thank you, Stacy, for that clarification. I love that. Emerald green is actually my birthstone, and green is the color of money. So come through with the emerald green. I think that will be amazing. Wait, I think I'm just seeing this comment. Michelle, Duster Diva, you just core memory unlocked, because I totally forgot about dusters. Um, and I love them. We were just in Denver this last month, and a friend of my wife's had this beautiful velvet duster on during dinner. And I was like, I think I need this in my life. So yes, come through with the dusters. And when you add diva to it, I just feel like that is like top tier, chef's kiss. I love that. Brown jewel. I'm planning to incorporate even more black in my wardrobe, just when folks thought I couldn't wear enough. Listen, black is classic. If that's what you want to do, okay, I support that, because black is classic. It can be very chic. It is definitely a signature style. So cool. We can go with that. Um, okay, you all. Without further ado, I'm going to bring to the stage ChaCha so we can have a lovely conversation. Also, I just like saying ChaCha, honestly. I love your name so much. Welcome everyone.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
How are you doing this evening?
Um, I'm doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Today was one of those long but short days. So I've been at work for about 12 hours now, but it seemed like everything just went past like this. So yeah.
12 hours.
Yeah, I've been focused today.
Oh, girl.
Yeah. How are you? Happy day 7 to you.
Thank you. I'm good. I'm still very giddy. I'm praying that this level of excitement continues Because I'm like, aha, I think I'm onto something. If I'm still feeling all of the joy from all of this.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, I'm joyful. I'm in deep, deep gratitude for all of you all, for what you all have contributed to the space. And it's a good time. I think it's the perfect way to close out the year. And so, if nothing else, that goal has been achieved, right? Like
Yeah.
I said, I wanted us to celebrate and show the world that Black women can be joyful despite the ridiculousness of this last year and previous years. Look at us, right? And so,
Look at us. We out here shining. I was looking at some of the other episodes and I was like, should I have a notebook? These ladies are like, okay.
this is what I keep telling people. The gems, right? Like I think the conversations are so rich and so needed.
Yeah.
I think they're refreshing for people to hear and see. And if you all love these conversations, you can only imagine like what's inside the circle, right? Like the recordings are just continuations of what we've been talking about over the last few days. Also, these conversations are not planned. Like it's not like there's like a general broad script, but I usually be like, Lord, whatever we gonna talk about, that's what we gonna talk about.
But it's all working out. It just flows.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's good. So I do want to stream to my audience, but I'm nervous that if I click this button, it's going to like push me out or something. So I
It's
don't know.
okay. Click it. Let's see. If it
All
pushes
right,
you out, we'll
let's
come
try.
back.
Let's try it.
Give us a second, y'all. We want to make sure everybody got it. See, she got kicked out, but she will come right back. And there you are.
Wait, but I don't know if it did anything. Oh, okay. So it's come on. It's asking me for all this information. We don't need all this information.
It's okay.
We're just going to stream it. Oh, okay. So I can stream it to 2 platforms. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that if it lets me. We'll see. We'll see.
And I'm gonna take a sip of my ginger beer.
Oh, while you're sipping. Okay. You said ginger beer?
Yeah, it's just ginger beer.
It's good?
It is delicious. I took it from my wife, I was like, can I have your beer in the refrigerator? I need something for this evening. I like to have a little refreshing beverage. And over the last few days I've been doing like coconut water, teas, hot chocolates, and so tonight we have a good ginger beer. But let's get into this conversation.
Yeah, because I don't know what this thing is doing. I don't think it's going to let me do it.
It's okay because who is here will receive what they need to receive.
That's what I'm talking about.
The message will find the people that it's meant to find. I'm a firm believer in that. And with that, it's a beautiful segue because oh my God.
Look at you.
Don't mind me. This ginger beer is non-alcoholic, but I love it anyway. Hi, Stitch. Welcome to today's conversation. I'm going to so that you can also see these as they come in.
Okay. So you're really small. I can't see anything. I don't have glasses on.
It's okay. Listen, I'm in denial about needing glasses myself, but I did.
I know I need them. It's time. It's time.
Yeah, it happens, right? So tell the people what I've been asking the curators is right, like tell the people what you want them to know about who you are.
About who I am. Well, I just want people to know that I'm an inclusive design, fashion designer, educator. And if they have any questions about clothes, how clothes are supposed to fit, what makes them feel good, having dialogue around our bodies, because sometimes it's really hard to have that dialogue about our bodies and the clothes that we use to dress them. I'm here if anybody wants to have that conversation. So that's what I want people to know.
I want to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Come have this conversation with me because
Yeah.
I so over the years, right? You know, it's funny. At every age, I think I've always been like, "Oh, I want to lose some weight. I feel like I'm this or I'm that." And then I look back at pictures, and I'll be like, "Oh, girl, you was
You
cute."
cute. Uh-huh.
And I remember there have been moments. I barely go into a store to shop anymore
Okay.
because one, especially when it comes to like jeans,
Mm-hmm.
because one, I'm short. And so it's either the jeans are either too long or, you know, I don't have a teeny tiny waist. And so they don't fit. And it can be really depressing. I usually
Yeah.
be like, oh God, like I don't even, what is the point? But earlier today, what I was saying is that I really do want to get to a signature style moving forward in 2026. I want
Mhm.
to feel good in the clothes that I put on and I want to feel confident in them, right? Because,
Right.
you know, we are always, I'm pushing to go out more, right? Like as the world continues to open up, we do a lot of travel, all of those things. What would you tell a woman who is at that point where they're like, I'm so frustrated with the
Mm.
clothing that I
Yeah.
have, the what's in the store. How do I even get to a point where I love my body?
Okay, let's start with, what do you do now if you don't go shopping in like retail stores?
Mm.
Like, what's your go-to?
Oh, we really gonna have this conversation now.
You said you wanted to have a conversation.
I did. My go-to huh, is Amazon. I might
Okay.
order something. Because honestly, the way that I feel, I'm just like, you know, if it don't fit, I'm just gonna send it back. But it's really no rhyme or reason. I just
Hmm.
like, oh, I think I like this. Let me try it. Let me see. Or I just stick with what I know, which is just to throw on some sweatpants or some leggings
Hmm.
at that.
Yeah, that's a lot of our go-tos.
Mhm,
Some a cute shirt and some leggings,
mhm,
some sweatpants and a sweatshirt,
mhm.
something that looks more chill, but it's not going to work for the days we want to look polished and, maybe even professional at times. Um, okay, so you'll shop at Amazon. So I'm guessing that you also shop at other online stores, or no?
Not really. I mean, occasionally, um, but not really. Mm, I don't have any. I'm not like married to a brand or a specific online platform. I might see something that has been posted, like, oh, that's cute, and I might look at it. But
Hmm.
honestly, the bigger thing is that I have avoided just buying clothes at this. Like, I'm just like, just forget it, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I think that a lot of women can relate to that, right? Like, we either are going to revert to, I'm going to put on sweatpants or sweat clothes, or I'm not going to get anything. Just forget it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So a lot of people are there. I think it also starts with you trying to figure out, and it's not knowing at first. You don't have to know, just trying to figure out and um, being open to figuring out what your style is.
Mhm.
Uh, and think about it as if there were like all of the cute clothes that you like. Think about it as if they were in your size, because a lot of stuff we know doesn't come in plus sizes, right? I mean, we've been doing a little bit better over the last few years. I'm going to say since maybe like 2010 or
Mhm.
so. There's been more options, but it's still not as many options as straight size people have. And
Mhm.
when I say straight size, for those not like in the fashion industry, that's like, well, it depends on who you talk to, but it's usually like a size 10 or smaller.
Mhm.
So smaller sizes.
Ooh, I
Um,
can't remember the last time I wore a size 10. Girl.
and you know what? The thing is, when we were at that size 10, we were probably still thinking, oh, I probably need to lose weight.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And that's the
Exactly.
unfortunate part.
Yeah. Michelle says, she said sweatpants and hoodies, her best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, it's partially because we like to be comfortable. That's one. But we don't always want to have to wear sweatpants.
Yeah.
All right. So you're moving into an era where you feel like I want to have a signature style,
I
right?
do. I'm ready to.
So when I talk about trying out different styles, are there different styles that you've seen that you've wanted to try out? Different books that you've seen? Maybe you have a Pinterest board, like anything like that?
That is a good question. I don't have a Pinterest board. I do have an Instagram. So on Instagram you can save
Yeah.
photos.
Mm-hmm.
It's titled Rich Aunties.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so I will oftentimes drop things inside there that I like. I'm really big on like coats lately because it is like wintertime, and I'm like, oh, how can I zhuzh that up? And I don't want to completely give away my sweat clothes, right? Like I love those, but I'm interested in how to make it look like not like I'm just doing laundry, right? Like
Right. Okay, so in this folder, what does this rich auntie look like? Like, is she wearing things that are like oversized and slouchy? Is she wearing things that are close to the body form fitting? Like, what kind of vibe is she giving off?
that is a good question. Because it is all, I'm sure that if I looked at it as a whole, I could probably see some kind of pattern,
Mm-hmm.
like something that ties it all together, but it is mixed. There is some that's like a little slouchy and relaxed. I also really do like things that fit my form.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but here's the thing, and I think also this is something that other women can relate to, right? Like I want it to be form fitting, but then I think about things like my rolls, right? And so like, is there a way to make something form like fit me? And I'm assuming that like this is where tailoring comes in, right? Because it could still be, I don't want it to look ill fitting on me. Like, girl,
Right.
that's like
Like it
that's
don't fit. Yeah.
yeah. I don't want it to look so tight that it'd be like, can you breathe? Are you comfortable? Right? Like I think
Yeah.
that's the thing that I'm thinking about.
So there is a balance, but there is also preference, right?
Hmm.
So there are some people who have roles that's like, okay, I have roles. Everybody knows that I have roles. Why hide the roles, right?
Mhm.
And then you have the other end of the spectrum of people who are like, okay, I'm going to wear the tightest compression garment that I possibly can in order to look smooth in this thing so that it doesn't show my rolls.
Mhm. Hmm.
So if you had to think about it, are you on either side of this spectrum or are you somewhere in the middle?
I think I would probably be somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Because there are some days that I don't care. Like my roles are my roles, right? Like,
You're like, they are mine.
they are
Okay.
mine. They're there. I think the only time that I am very conscious about them or I feel like it's not the right thing is when something is too tight and it just looks, I hate to use the word sloppy, but like I want to just look put together.
There you go. That's all you want.
Look at that. You see how
So yes.
that out with me.
So yeah, if you're wearing something that's super tight, if it feels uncomfortable, it's going to look uncomfortable, right?
Okay.
So you want to find something that, like you want to be somewhere in the middle where it's like, okay, this is form fitting. Are you opposed to wearing like shapewear?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Okay,
Like I just
get that.
unless I absolutely have to. If it's like, I think the only time I would consider doing shapewear is if I'm going to a gala and I'm wearing like a ball gown.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like I think
Yeah.
that would be the only time when I just have to be so elaborately done. I know I'm ridiculous.
It's really not. That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous at all because I get it.
So I love this because as I'm talking this out with you, what I'm realizing is I am clearer than I thought I was. And yes, Stitch.
You know
Stitch
what you
says,
don't want.
right. I know exactly what I don't want, right? Stitch says shapewear is a full-time job. It absolutely is.
Yeah, it definitely can be.
And I don't want that.
You're
And
like, I just want to breathe.
yeah, I just want to breathe.
I remember one time I was at a New Year's Eve party and I had on shapewear and it was the panty shapewear. And I literally had to go in the bathroom and take it off because it was like hurting in between my legs. Like, no.
Nobody wants it. I want to be able to saunter across the room.
Sometimes it's just too much work.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
also depends on what kind you get and also what the purpose is. So some shapewear does just smooth you. It gives you, it doesn't take away the rolls, but it smooths them out, right? But then you have some things that kind of like pull and tuck you and,
I don't need that. I used to think I
it's a
wanted that.
sacrifice if you want to wear that.
Yeah, nobody. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want the kind of shapewear that's gonna set off the alarms if my suitcase goes through baggage and they're like, "Ma'am, what is this barbed wire tight if like?" That's what I think about when I think about shapewear.
You think they're gonna stop you at the airport?
I do. I do. I'm like, I don't want that. And listen, no judgment because I know that there are women who love that and it looks quite beautiful. But I just think that it's not
Not for you.
Brown Drew's like, what kind of shapewear is that? I don't know. Can't you tell that I don't really wear shapewear? Because in my mind, what I think of about shapewear, I think about like pieces that have like boning and
Yeah.
that's what I
a lot of them have boning in.
yeah. So I don't know. Anyway.
Okay. So what is stopping you from getting any of those pieces or trying out the pieces that you see on your Instagram board that you put together?
That's a very beautiful question. Thank you for that. I think that what stops me is if I try it on and I see myself in the mirror and it just fully highlights the squishy parts. I'm trying to use better like words to the pieces that are maybe not my favorite parts of my body, but it looks still soft and sweet. And so I think sometimes that can be jarring, right? Or like very upsetting because in our minds we have this vision of what we think we look like. It's the same with like your voice. Y'all, I can't stand the sound of my voice on recording. Okay. You ever like
hear many people who can.
I know some people who love it, but I hear my voice. I'm like, who is that talking? I'm like, that's you, girl. And so I say that because I feel that way about clothing sometimes. Is that in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be cute. I love it. And then I put it on and I look in the mirror or I see a picture of myself and I'm just like, that's not how that played in my head. And so it's avoidance, right? Like I don't want to see that. And so I think the fear or I'm trying to protect myself from that I won't try it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sure that part of this is because those people that are on your boards, they're not plus size.
That part.
They don't look like you. They're not shaped like you. They're not petite like you. None of it.
Yep.
So we're being fed a fashion system where it's like, here are all the things that you could have, right? Except you have to be thin to have them, and that's the unfortunate part is that a lot of people, like, I mean, I have tons of Pinterest boards. I love Pinterest. But a lot of people, they have an idea of what they would want to look like, what they would want to dress like. But they never pursue it because the people that are in the pictures that inspire them, their inspiration pictures, they just don't look like them. Yeah. And I remember, I think it was, shoot, I forgot the name of it. It was a blog where it'll come to me. But it was this influencer who would do like this. This is what was on their website, and then I purchased it in my size, and then she would do side by sides, and I'll show my students these side by sides too, in some of the classes that I was teaching at university, and it was just like, why would you do that to somebody?
Mm.
Like y'all didn't even think to try to make this in. Okay, let's start from the beginning. A lot of these companies, they try to do something called grading from the smallest size up to their biggest size. And when I say grade, and that's basically what it is, you're taking your pattern that you're using to create the garment and going from one size to the next size. It can either be grading up or grading down. So let's say that they have a size 4, right?
Mhm.
They have a size 4 pattern that they're grading to their largest size because they want to be considered inclusive. So they might do something like, okay, we're going to offer up until a size 18, 20, right? They try to take the patterns that are for that size 4 and make them, scale them bigger to be that size 18, 20. And when they do that, they're distorting the patterns, which are making them basically not the same garment once you get up to the bigger size. And they do it that way because that way they don't have to pay a plus size fit model to try on those
Wow.
larger sizes. They just pay a smaller fit model to try on the 4, make sure that the 4 looks good. And the 4 will look good up until maybe you get to that 10, maybe even that 12, and then things start getting a little shaky, but they won't invest in the plus size line, right? They want to be seen as inclusive, but they won't invest in it.
Mhm.
So companies that are actually doing it right, or if they want to do it right, they would have their fit model in that size 4. But then once they get into their plus, like they're 14, they need to have another fit model. Or
Mhm.
they're 14, 18, 16, 20, 22. Once you get to 22, you might want to invest in another fit model. And
Yeah.
it's an investment. And most companies are not willing to make that investment. So they don't look the same on you at a bigger size because they never took the time to invest in the pattern making, in the dress forms, in the plus size models that need to be fitting in these garments. They didn't invest in that, and because of that, it just doesn't fit right.
Yo, I did not know that. First of all, fashion is such a mind piece, right? Like
Yeah.
there's such a science to it. What would be your solution, or what would be something you would tell someone who's not a size 4, someone who's not even a size 14? Carmen says the audacity. Absolutely, okay? The
Yeah.
audacity. Because these companies make millions, right? And then but you don't want to invest, which is wild. That's not the point of this conversation tonight, but that is crazy.
I mean, but that's part of it, though.
Mhm.
It's part of it because they're not investing in plus size clothing. Then people who are plus size feel like they don't have anything to wear, and it's unfortunate. But what I would say to people that are in larger sizes is that there are going to be some companies that you can buy from that you may get a okay fit from. And I said this in my video as well. You may be able to get like a okay fit. It's not going to be perfect. Size and standards, there are none. So for anybody who thinks that there is a size and standard in fashion, there is not. There's not like a general, okay, size 16 is universal and it's the same for every company. There's no agreement on what a size 16 is.
Mm.
So for those people who are like, oh, but why wear a size 16 here, but I can't wear a size 16 in this store, like what's going on? And you internalize that and you think that it's not you, because their sizing charts are different. There's no standardization, and it's not you. And they try to make it seem like it is, and it's not.
I love that. So you have the social club, y'all social with SEW,
SEW.
which I think, first of all, the name is brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
How did you come up with this concept, right? Like I imagine that it ties into this piece, right, around finding clothing that fits you well, that feels good. How did you get to this point?
Okay. Well, let me rewind back just a little bit because I know that you asked me like, what would I say to somebody who's like in a bigger size about finding clothes? So you can find clothes that are close to your size. I would say everybody needs to know their measurements.
Mhm.
A lot of us, we pick clothes because we think that we're a certain size, and no, know your measurements so that you can go on. If you shop online, go to their website, look at their sizing chart, or you can, whatever store that you're going to, you can look at their sizing chart before you go in the store or ask for it in store. But know your measurements, at least your bust, waist, and hip. That's all you need to know. At
Mm.
least for now, that's all you need to know. And then find something that's the closest to your size. Don't worry about the number that's on the tag. We're going to forget about that. Don't worry about the number that's on the tag. If it doesn't fit, go to the next size. We're not worrying about that number. But you're going to try it on. And if it seems like it fits good, great. But if it seems like it could have like a little tweaking, like we all know what feels good to us, and what fits us well. So if it seems like you need to get it taken in certain places, take it to a tailor and pay a few dollars to have it tailored. If you have a sewing machine, you can take it to your sewing machine, tailor it yourself. But moving into my business, I just teach people like, all right, forget about that. We just gonna make our own clothes. So that's what we do at the social cafe. It actually didn't start out as the vision originally wasn't for like, okay, I'm gonna bring people together so that they can make their own clothes, like as a way to escape the retail realm, right?
Mhm.
It was more so um about helping people who wanted to start small businesses. Well,
Okay.
women in particular, start small businesses. In 2018, I opened up, and we had women who wanted to start small businesses and use sewing as like a hobby initially. Everybody had a full-time job though. So there were doctors and nurses and landscapers and teachers. Anybody you can think of was in the social cafe. So it was like they were doing their regular job during the day, and then they were like fashion designers at night.
I love that.
Cool. I know, right? And the story that I kept hearing from people was, I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was younger. Everybody told me that I had to get a regular job.
Mm.
Or like I thought about like fashion, and then, I figured that I needed to make more money. So, or unsure about entrepreneurship. So I didn't take that route, but now I'm ready. Like I heard so many stories around that. And that was the motivation for the social cafe initially. So we were about to open up our second location in 2020. COVID hit. So we just shut down
Mhm.
completely. That was a blow. And I'm sure a lot of people did good in their businesses. In 2020 we were okay, but it was definitely a blow to the
Yeah.
business. So we shut down closer to the end of 2020, and then I've reopened this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. So now with this pivot, it's more so about helping people become their own fashion designers. Like all those things that are in your board, like I would want you to learn how to make those things.
But
You
what
know?
if you, so God bless my grandma because she was an amazing seamstress. She made
Yeah.
for years and years. I'm talking like I can remember her making wedding dresses when prom season came around. Listen, everybody was at the house trying to get her to make that. She just was amazing in that sense. And both my sister and I talk about this all the time because shame on us for not learning.
Hmm.
She had some.
I
She
hear
had
that all the time too.
Yeah, she had trunks and trunks of fabric. I'll never forget the one time that I was like, I think I want to do this. She said, I'm gonna give you this fabric, girl, but if you mess this fabric up, like,
You're like, never mind.
yeah, I was like, you got any other favorites that you okay? But she, and so I got a sewing machine, and when I say my grandma was a scene, like she had those old school wrought iron sewing machine. Like she had all of them, every variation. My grandma had that. And I gave up in like less than a month.
You tried it on your own, or
I
did you?
tried on my own.
You never asked your grandma to show you?
No, because by that point she was older and she wasn't really doing it as much as she used to. Like
Okay.
arthritis had started kicking in, and so she used to joke that the older she got, all she would be making was like pillows and curtains, and we'd be like, Grandma, we don't need no more pillows and curtains in the house.
You're like, sew me a dress, Grandma.
Like, baby, this is all you gonna get is this good pillow for the couch or these curtains.
Yep.
So by then I didn't ask. I had asked her, and she even was like, you trying to do what?
She like, now?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really sorry, and I wish that I had learned, because now I do feel like I am at that age where I want to have some really good quality pieces.
Yeah.
And there is something about being able to make it yourself, right? I've seen the patterns. This new jacket that you about to come out with, I was like, I don't sew, but
yeah, maybe I could maybe.
So what do you do in that sense?
I try to persuade people that they can do it, and a lot of people are like, I don't think I can. I'm telling you, I can let. I would say probably like 20 people tell you, 25 people tell you that they were brand new, like brand new to sewing, and they made something within a 5-hour time frame of being with me.
Wow.
Brand new. Like never touched a sewing machine, brand new.
Okay.
And there's like hundreds more who maybe like tried to work on their sewing machine, maybe watch some YouTube videos, and then they came to me. So I wouldn't consider them brand new just because they've done a few stitches before, but no.
All right. I'll vote him. I gotta buy it.
I got you. I got, 20 plus years of experience. I can get you there.
Brown Jewel said, what city is ChaCha based in? You trying to send me there so I can go learn?
Right now I'm in Frederick, Maryland.
She's in Frederick, Maryland.
Yeah.
But I want to touch on this because I think this is also important. So you do these beautiful subscription boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And with the subscription box, you don't necessarily have to be in person to make the garden.
No, actually, it started off all virtual, and the sew-alongs would be online, and we'll work together for about 5 hours with breaks in between, and then you'll complete the project. But somebody that lives in DC asked if I would be able to do an in-person one. So I was like, okay, yeah, I could do that. So we have 2 sew-alongs that are virtual for you to pick between, and then we have one that's going to be in person.
I love that. Michelle says, yeah, close to me. That's right. Yes, she is close to you, Michelle. Listen, you're inside of the circle. Go into the marketplace. You all can see. I was trying to figure out how I could pop up a picture on here of what the coat looks like, but I'm not that tech savvy. It didn't work.
Right. We'll end up cutting off and
So, but what I will say is that if you all are inside the circle, inside the community for 12 Days of Sweetness in the marketplace, ChaCha's offering is in there. And she was so gracious to add an extra class, especially for people who are going to miss that holiday class. So you should go in there because the coat is dope. And
I made another one yesterday, actually. and it's real cute. It's brown. It's like a brown tweed. So
I love this.
winter jacket. What was I going to say to you? I was going to say that the first sew along is December 28th for anybody who's able to make that one.
And then the next one is in January, right?
Yep. The next one is January 3rd, which is a Saturday. And that one is in person. And then the week after, on I believe a Sunday, is going to be the following one.
Brown Jewel ever do day workshops in person? Yes, she does. Yes. Or traveling workshops.
I do. That's on my website as well.
I feel like Brown Jewel, you trying to get her to come to New York? Is that what you're trying to do?
Oh, I would definitely do one in New York.
Listen, one of the beautiful things, one of the other beautiful things that have come from these 12 days of sweetness is you all, the curators. I've been like, y'all want to teach some classes in the society in 2026? So that might be.
I'm open.
That might be an option. Just saying. I have a question for you. What is one thing that you want Black women to know when it comes to their fashion as they move into 2026? What would be the loving, sweet reminder you would give them?
I don't know if it would necessarily be about fashion. I think it'll be more so about their bodies.
Let's hear it.
So I want people to know that it's okay to be whatever size you are right now. Whether you have thoughts of changing it or not is not really the point of it. It's more so like, this is the body that I have now, and this is the body that gets me around. This is the body I live in every day, and be kind to your body. Because there's an association when it comes to fashion of not being kind and being very exclusive for a lot of people. And I want you to know that you're not defined by the clothes that are in the stores, about the things that you maybe hope to fit but can't fit, those breakdowns in the dressing rooms. Like, I've heard so many stories about that. And those clothes don't define you. They don't define you. I want you to love the body that you're in the moment that you're in, and be kind to yourself. Be sweet to my friends. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you want to play a little game?
Okay, sure.
These are the rapid fire questions. If you've probably heard me say this before. My glorious assistant, ChaCha.
Oh, wait, I didn't hear ChaCha before.
So ChaCha, aka Chat, has gloriously helped fine-tune some of the moving logistical pieces of this 12 days of sweetness.
Okay.
Thank you, girl. She deserves a raise. She's gonna get a little holiday break when we're over. But I said to her, ChaCha girl, today is ChaCha's day. We need to come up with her rapid fire questions. What you got for me? And these are the questions she has for you.
Okay. I'm excited.
All right. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions.
Okay.
Comfort or bold?
I can't do both, huh? Comfort.
Sewing or styling?
Ooh, sewing.
Creating alone or in community?
In community.
A fabric that feels like sweetness?
Ooh, velvet.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Because I don't know, I just imagined it like, oh yeah, it feels good. Sweetness.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I love that. One way creativity has healed you? She be deep sometimes.
I know, right? So I started reading The Artist's Way this year. And I feel like it kind of saved me. Like creativity saved me this year.
Mm.
Like after graduating with my PhD, I felt, and I'm not sure. I'm sure a lot of people feel this way, but I felt lost. Like I was
Mm.
like, okay, now what? Like, what it? I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do. I don't know who I am now. I've been buried in books for the past 3 years. It's like, what do I do now?
Mm.
And there was something that was pulling on me that, it just didn't feel right. And it hasn't felt right in the past maybe like 2 years or so, where it was like, I need to be doing something outside of work because I was working at a university. I need to do something outside of school. And I don't sew for myself anymore.
Mm.
And I was like, but I need to be doing something. So one thing happened. I picked up skating, and now I'm a skater girl.
I love that.
So that was something, but then there was also still something missing, and it was like, I need to be creative. Like I need to be doing some creative things. So the artist way, doing my morning pages, and if anybody's familiar with the morning pages, you basically just write 3 pages every morning. um, and it's supposed to help to stop the block, that creative block that we have sometimes. And I feel like that really saved me because I feel like I can kind of breathe now. Before I
Mm.
felt like I was suffocating without some sort of creativity in my life.
Wow. First, congratulations. Come on, PhD.
Well, thank you.
That is
Thank
a
you.
beautiful accomplishment. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a lot of work.
Listen, I believe it. Okay.
And then people are like, you got your PhD in fashion design? It's like,
Yes.
it's a thing, you
Mhm.
know? It's,
It
it's a
is.
thing. We're out here.
I love
And
that.
it's not all just drawing pretty pictures. We got to do real work and research.
Brown
So,
Jewel asks, what keeps you inspired?
um, hmm. And okay, well, I'll answer this in different ways. So, what keeps me inspired with my creativity is I know what it feels like not to be creating.
Mm.
So, I don't want to go back to that place. So that's what keeps me inspired with my creativity. What keeps me inspired with my business is bringing women together. I feel
Mm.
like that's a calling of mine. And there was definitely a shift in my life when I wasn't able to bring people together after COVID that just didn't feel right.
Mm.
And then what keeps me going, um, just like in my business and like reaching new heights in my career, would definitely be my nieces. I want
Oh,
to show them that it's possible.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful. Lavonda says that book opened up a lot for me while living in LA.
Hmm.
I have talked to many people who have used the book. I have not, but I maybe this is a sign because I feel like this is the fourth time in like the last few months that someone has said something about this book. You know what my resistance is?
What is it?
My resistance is I was like, ooh, I gotta commit to writing every morning.
Every morning.
That's my resistance because I I mentioned this earlier in an earlier live that I am writing a book, but it has been
Ooh.
so a slow movement because I probably should unpack this with my therapist around my resistance to like consistency. But
Yeah.
this might I'm gonna try it. I'm open, I'm open to new things. We'll see.
So you're open to it.
I'm open to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm open. We'll see. Um, yes. Okay. Well,
Oh, I'm sorry. I also wanted to mention that um the Artist Way was very helpful for me, but I also did see like a holistic creative coach, and that was also very helpful.
Listen, now you talking my language, okay?
I knew that might speak to you better than the book.
Now you're talking my language because I'm like holistic
Oh
coach.
yeah, she had me in here crying. I was like, oh,
Mm,
okay. Oh yeah,
listen,
things need to be released. I get it.
yeah, I
I
love
get
that.
it. I understand.
Listen, anytime somebody says holistic, I already know that it's gonna be a thing because you're gonna go in one way and come out completely changed.
Oh
This is
yeah.
this is why this is a part of the sweet life is that holistic approach, right? Like touching every part because everything is connected, whether people can see the dots connected or not. It really
Right.
is. Um, Brown Jewel has more questions for you. I think Brown
Uh-huh.
Jewel is going to be a fashion designer in 2026.
Okay.
She says, "How would you describe your style, and how did you find yours?"
Mm. Okay, so for me, I'm still experimenting.
Mm.
Like I don't have it all together. Like I feel like I'm still experimenting with different styles.
Yeah.
And now that like school, anybody who goes to grad school, they know that like your life is kind of it's on hold right now.
Yeah.
So for years I haven't had the opportunity in in this new body in this new age to explore, and that's what I'm doing now. So I'm excited about it. Um and like I said, I love Pinterest, so I have tons of Pinterest boards for style. But if I had to think about it, kind of like what I was asking you to do about what that rich auntie look is for you. For me, I feel like the styles do have like a common ground. I like prints.
Mhm.
Um, I really like texture. I like simple silhouettes. But I'm also not opposed to oversized as long as it looks purposeful
Mm.
and not that, it just doesn't fit well. Um, I love layering. So this winter, I can't wait.
This is your time. This is your
This
season.
this is the time to show off. So, I just made that brown jacket yesterday. I'm going to make me a brown dress. I'm going to I do love a good monochromatic look.
Uh-huh.
So, I feel like I'm going to make a brown dress. And maybe I'll make some other things and just show styling. That's something that I want to do on my socials as well. Is right now I show the process of me making garments, but I also want to show how you can style those garments too.
Yeah.
Because some people can't visualize how you would style something if they're just seeing the end product without any like jewelry, any accessories, any bags. Like I want to show y'all the whole thing.
I love that because there are some one of my favorite like videos to see on like Instagram is the difference between wearing something and styling it.
Uh
Like
huh.
I follow a few people who do that, and so they show you like what it means to style something, which has given me some really great ideas.
I love those videos too.
Because I'm like, I would never have thought to put that together in a monochromatic look is my thing. Lately, my color has been that deep red wine color.
Ooh, I love it.
That is that's my color for the season, okay?
That's your color for the season?
In my mind, yes. In reality, I don't know. But if
No,
you
I love that.
yeah, if you look at my in my rich aunties folder, most of it is that color. Hmm.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
Especially for this time of year. Yeah.
It's perfect. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
All right,
Um,
so we're going to get her sewing, just so everybody knows. Rakita's going to be sewing.
In 2026.
2026.
I need a sewing machine. Brown jewel. I need a
Oh,
sewing.
You didn't get one of your grandma's sewing machines?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
And the one that I had, I sold it because I was like so over it. After I told you, after that, it wasn't even a full month. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Go. Sell it.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes like I'm not going to make it seem like it's always, rainbows and sunshines when you're sewing, because sometimes, especially if you have like a deadline, or that's why I want people to sew for themselves, because if you're sewing for other people and you have deadlines and stuff, I've heard stories about people wanting to throw their machines out the window, throw their machine on the floor. Like it gets rough. Like things happen. It can be the smallest things, but you could be tired or just kind of over the project, and these things that happen with your machine and you just want to get rid of it. But that's not all the time, and it's not most of the time. So I don't want to discourage anybody. I want you guys to be open to it.
I'm gonna be open because listen, I'm about to get this sewing machine. I'm about to get this camera like your Sony that be giving the Chris videos. Then y'all gonna see me. You gonna see the videos and be like, oh, she was serious. She is. Look at her making her clothes now in these Chris videos. Just wait.
Somebody commented on one of my videos earlier, and it made me think of you. Anytime somebody say something about the quality of my videos, I'm gonna think about you.
Yes, y'all, I'm telling you, please go check out the Social Cafe, because ChaCha's videos are so crisp and clear. And it's like, dang, who is her videographer? She's like, that be me, girl. And I was like, for real? Y'all have to see them. They're
I appreciate that. It took me a long time to figure out what I'm still trying to figure out what my social media presence is. And I feel like that's it. Like, like cinematic fashion kind of thing. That's
how I know that you're a creative, because they're beautiful. I could watch them for hours.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I want to tell you thank you for saying yes to this and for joining us. I was telling people how when I reached out to curators, I really wanted to do a nice mix of old friends and new friends. And you are a new friend. And every time we have had a conversation, I'm always like, I can't wait to come to Frederick, Maryland and just like hang out at the cafe and try to be like, ChaCha, I did something wrong on the bucket. Can you help me, girl? So thank you. I do not take it lightly when you all say yes and do this, even in this busy season. Dr. Hudson, I know that you are a busy woman. So thank you. Before we close out, you know what you got to do?
The song, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. For the last few days, I've been forgetting to have my book in front of me so that I can tell you what the day before is.
Oh yeah, because I don't know what yesterday was.
I know. Hold on. Let me run and get it.
Okay, all right.
Entertain the people. It's not like I had to run far. I'm gonna be more prepared. And also, this is how you know I'm a student of the world, because I stay with a good spiral notebook with random.
Oh yeah, I know. I have a ton of them.
Also, girl, I can't even read my own handwriting. I should be ashamed of myself.
That's because you ain't have ginger beer yesterday. What you have?
Lord Jesus. Okay, wait, let me see. Day 6. Somebody remind me what, because I cannot read my handwriting. I think it says.
Nope, that's not what it says.
Oh my gosh. All right, so listen. We just gonna have to go with it because I have no idea. I'm gonna have to play back the video so I could get her thing, because I can't remember.
You gotta have a complete song at the end of this.
I know. Listen, ChaCha is gonna get it together properly. But your day 7. What I think this says is full absolute trust, but I feel like that's not right. So
All right, let's say yes. That's what they said.
Something like that. So, the song goes, on the seventh day of sweetness, we offer this to you.
So 7 sewing sisters.
Come on with the quickness. Let me write this properly so that
Because in my sewing community, we call each other sew sisters.
I love that.
So, 7 sewing sisters.
7 sewing sisters. 6 full trust in. I don't know. 5 twerk with very good knees. Listen, we gonna get the song together. Because y'all have just been adding stuff to this, and I'm like, it's gonna come together though, because ChaCha, she knows.
I know you should have gave us some parameters or something.
I should have. You're absolutely right. I didn't think it was gonna be this complicated,
but it's gonna be unique.
It is gonna be unique. For those of you that are inside the circle, at the end of this, you're gonna get a cute little digital card that has the 12 days of sweetness on it and what we come up with. Hi, Peppermint Mocha. First of all, I love your name. Great name.
I know who that is. Hey.
Oh, you know who that is? Lovely. Well, I want to say thank you again. And listen, y'all, we are going to do a giveaway. We're doing 2 giveaways tonight. But I was thinking about this ChaCha. So we're going to have to talk about this on the back end, because we can't be doing your giveaway to somebody who don't have no sewing machine, who don't know how to.
Okay, so so they don't have to have. They have to have a sewing machine, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But they could also, and hear me out. You can go on Facebook Marketplace and get yourself a $50 or less, or your local Goodwill sewing machine.
We're gonna talk about this back on the back end.
You're like, no, they need a
because
I get it.
Yes, okay. Because here's what the giveaway is, y'all. The giveaway is one of the subscription boxes, and I thought about this because I was thinking about the logistics behind it. So you absolutely have to have a sewing machine, which means that one or two things. You will either get this subscription box for the holidays, or you might get the subscription box in the new year, whatever the next one will be after that. Mm-hmm. ChaCha and I will talk about how we will come up with the winner for this. You have to be in the circle, y'all. You have to be a part of the community. Your profile has to be completed so that you can have access to all of the lessons, all of the marketplace, and we will choose, because this giveaway is a $350. What is it? $350?
Yep.
$350 price tag. So I want to make sure that it goes to someone who will actually be able to use.
You have to be able to use it. You have to be able to use it. Also, for people who don't know, if you didn't see it in the circle, it comes with everything that you need. Mm-hmm. It comes with, like, if you were getting the holiday box that came out today, you would be getting the fabric that you need. It's your interfacing, your thread, any notions. I have some special gifts in there. I custom made some seam rippers that are really pretty and they're beaded. So you get a lot of stuff in there, and you'll get everything that you need. You don't need to go out to the store and buy anything. You have your sewing machine, your fabric scissors, you're good to go.
Actually, I think we might have a winner.
Yeah?
I just see in the chat, I have a machine. First person that said, I have a machine, for clarity, Stitch.
I see I have a machine, got one. Okay, so Stitch got it?
I think we can go with Stitch.
Oh, wait, is their name Stitch because they do sew? Because if so, that's perfect.
Possibly. Okay, so we will get all of your information. I also have to confirm that you are inside the circle and all of that. So we will do that. I want to say again, thank you, ChaCha, for joining us.
Thank you for putting this together, because this has been really beautiful to watch.
Oh, thank you.
You know, and I can't wait to see what 2026 does for you and your brand and your business. So thank you.
I received that.
Yep.
I can't wait for yours either. We're gonna bring you to New York and
Yep.
all the gloriousness.
I'll be there.
I love how quick I'll be there. Yes.
Right. You ain't got to ask me twice. I'll be there. Yeah. I'm coming.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take a very short break because guess what, y'all? This is a 2-for-1 tonight. We have another curator who is going to join us very, very shortly. Cheyenne Cuff of God Be With You. Thank you again, ChaCha. I will talk with you soon.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for coming and joining us.
See ya. Okay, so we're just going to take a really quick break, like 3 to 5 minutes, and then we're going to come back and we will be joined with Cheyenne Cuff. We'll have a little talk about the deliciousness of life, and then we'll go from there. So don't go too far. Just go refresh your drinks, and I'll see you very shortly. All right. I told y'all it was going to be a quick little break, just a little readjustment of things. Tonight, we have a 2-for-1, much like we did earlier in the week when we had Jen and Oshun Keme join us. I hope you all enjoyed our conversations thus far. ChaCha is always a good time when her and I have a conversation. I hope you took some tips, some encouragement, because, we've been talking so much about our mindset and community building and moving forward into the new year, that I really kind of wanted to switch it up just a little bit tonight, because your body and how you feel about what you look like and how you step into a room is also just important. It's also a part of living that sweet life. And so I hope you enjoyed it. If you have not joined the circle yet, or you have not checked out ChaCha's video in there, she gives some really great tips about fashion and loving who you are. And like I said, y'all, the marketplace inside of the community is this really beautiful offering to Black women. There are products in there, there are books, there are services, there is that subscription box that is dope. So check it out. Without further ado, I want to bring to the stage our next curator for the evening. I'm really excited about this because she too is also one of those new people in my life that I spoke about. I was really excited and inspired when she invited me to a beautiful retreat here in Brooklyn. Y'all, listen, anytime I don't have to be the leader and facilitator of a retreat, and I can step into a space and just love it and be poured back into, is the best feeling in the world. And so she did that, and I am really honored and grateful. So without further ado, I want to bring Cheyenne up to the stage. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good, girl. How about yourself?
I'm good. Are you staying warm in this good New York weather?
You know what? Presently speaking, I have the space heater right on these feet because I'm freezing in here. So I'm trying my best.
Listen, when I woke up the other day and looked outside and was like, oh, that's snow.
Winter is upon us. She's here. She's here. Very much so.
Yeah. I'm not happy about it, but I'm headed to Florida in 2 days. So I'm hoping.
What part?
Ocala, I think
Okay.
is what it's called. I've never
Okay.
been. I'm just going for 2 days. It is the anniversary of my mom, and so I'm going to spend it with my sisters. We're going to do a little something, and it allows me to get outside of the city and just hopefully warm up a little bit. We'll see.
Well, okay, I'll holla because that sounds great to me.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yes. So first and foremost, thank you for joining us this evening. When you said yes, I was like, yes. I didn't know if he was going to say yes to joining, because we had just met, but you did, and I'm so grateful. And so I want to say thank you. And I've been asking the curators to tell us, not who you are in the sense of like titles or anything like that. What is it that you want the world to know about you?
Ooh, that is such a deep question. First and foremost, thank you for having me. Like, it was an honor for you to even ask me. What do I want the world to know about me? I think I'm trying to make my life a love letter to the women who have loved me well. And so I think a big part of the work that I do is kind of giving back to these communities that have cultivated safety for me. And so I think that's what I'd want people to know. Like, it's all about how am I extending myself to help somebody else, or create like a safe space for somebody else, because I was loved so thoroughly growing up by the women in my life.
I love that. Oh, that was so good. I have been talking about how the beautiful connections, and the dots are being connected throughout all of the curators. It seems to be happening in this beautiful, like, divine way, because I had no idea of how deeply we all are connected. And I say that because before we started this, so we started this last week, and right up until the time of launch, I had this very clear aha of what Holistry is. We're turning 10 next year, and I was like, it's time for us to get even clearer. And what I said was, this Holistry is a beautiful love letter and love offering to Black women. So I love that you're saying that. Stitch says that's so yummy. Absolutely. I think it's beautiful. One of the things you say that I love is you I've heard you say living a delicious life. What does that mean and look like for you?
Ooh, that's a good question too. I feel like for me, living my life deliciously is just showing up as my true self.
Mhm.
And I feel like I'm always being built and undone. And so it's just a matter of like being tender with myself in that process and surrounding myself with folks who can do the same for
Yeah.
me. Um, and I like to live a little on the edge. I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. And so I like to do things that give me new experiences,
Mhm.
and challenge me to see the world from a different perspective. So I
Yeah.
think that's a big part of it for me too.
I love that. How are you encouraging other Black women to do the same?
Live as loudly as you want to. Live as
Mm,
loudly as you want to. Be as quiet as you want to. This is our only life. And I feel like something I say to my clients all the time in my therapy work is you are your longest relationship. And so, how are you spending time with yourself that feels really enjoyable and really quality? Um, and so, like I said, I like to travel. I like to do things with my boyfriend, with my friends, just to kind of get a more broad worldview,
yeah.
because we get so like bogged down by everything we have to get done, and it's like, how am I actually living and really enjoying that process? So
Yeah. I
yeah.
love that. Was there a moment that got you to this point of being so clear about, you know what, my life needs to be and deserves to be delicious?
Hmm. Yeah, I'll say like while I was in my grad school program, I had this moment where I was like, I've spent so much time worrying about deadlines and papers and projects and presentations and assignments and just getting so bogged down by performance
Mm,
that I was like, I'm not actually enjoying my life. And my friends were going on trips and they had all these souvenirs that they brought back and stories to tell. And I was like, I don't have that. I can't relate to that because I've spent so much time with my nose in a book. And there's nothing wrong with that.
mhm.
But after a while, I was like, when I look back on my life, I don't even remember the exams that I was studying for. I just remember that I missed out on something. And I
Mm,
don't want that to be my story for the rest of my life
yeah.
at all.
Yeah, I love that. One of the things we were talking about on Sunday, another one of the curators, she was saying that the biggest thing she fears is the regret piece, right? Like, if I didn't do this thing, am I going to regret it? And that has really allowed her to push through any fear or doubt or unclear moments to getting to that sweet life that we talk about so often. What would be something that you would tell another Black woman who's in that space of like, I know that I want to have this yummy, delicious life, but I don't even know where to begin with that because I'm bogged down by busyness or whatever the thing is that's stopping you. How do you get them to a point that they can even consider indulging, right?
Hmm. I think it's important to remind yourself that rest is not something that you have to pay for. It's not something that you work for. It's something that should be a given. It's something that you just deserve intrinsically as a person. And so I think in order to get to the sweetness of life, it's really important to slow down and give yourself a moment to just pause and assess like, what do I actually want? Who am I? What are the things that spark joy and how do I get there? As opposed to trying to grind and grind and grind and hustle for more. Because those things are coming, but how can I just enjoy the now?
Yeah. Oh, I love that. How do I enjoy the now?
It's hard to do. It can be hard to do.
It can. I'm even guilty of that because even in this, right? Like I've been trying. My prayer before starting each live has been to try and stay present, right? Because especially in business, I'm always thinking a step ahead, right? Like, okay, what do we need to do after this live is over? What do I need to say or what do I do? And so I've just been trying to stay present, which is really challenging to do sometimes.
It is. And I feel like that's something I struggle with now, with building a business and just kind of trying to make room for community outside of that. I'm like, how am I just enjoying the life that I have now as opposed to planning for a future that I don't even know is going to happen? You know, like it's really cute to have an idea. It's really cute to have a plan, but sometimes it doesn't work out the way that you'd hoped. And it's like, dang, I missed out on the chance just to enjoy that moment that I was in at that time. You know, it can be tricky.
Yeah, that's so real, man. What is one of the sweetest moments from this year for you so far?
Ooh, let me think about that. I think it'd be meeting my boyfriend. I'll be honest. I'm a little lover girl. I am. And he's just really thoughtful and sweet and intentional. And I think he teaches me how to rest because for me, I'm like, go, 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 go. And so is he. So I think sometimes he's like, you know what? Let's just sit together. Let's just be together. Let's just pray together. And I love that because I need someone to balance me out. Otherwise, I don't know where I'd be.
I love that. I remember him at the retreat. He was very like, supportive.
That's my honey.
And making sure. I was like, okay, I love that. Come on, love.
Come on, love. We love.
I love that so much. Man. I have some questions for you because you know, ChaCha, my lovely assistant, she loves to craft some reflection questions. And so these are the questions she came up with.
Let's reflect. Let's do it.
She wants to know, we all want to know, what does calm actually feel like in your body?
Ooh, what does calm feel like in my body? I feel like calm is when all of the noise of the world just gets quiet. And you feel like you can just get low and get centered, and it feels like gravity is holding you as opposed to like pushing you down, or not holding you enough. I think that's what calm is to me, like just being able to stand still and not feel like you're racing this clock in your mind.
Yeah.
Now, how often I get that? Not very often, but we're working on it.
I'm calling that in for you in 2026. Okay?
Amen. I received that.
More moments of calmness.
Yes, please. For you and I both.
How do you tend to your nervous system daily?
I think something that I've been implementing lately is stretching. One, because I'm getting older and I want to make sure that these knees are working. Amen.
We've just been talking about knees.
Listen, the knees are important. We got to have those, we got to have it. So I think stretching is a really big part of that. And I think prayer goes a long way too, because I know I can put that on somebody else and let it rest there, and pick it up again when it feels like it's been more put together at a later time. So, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Listen, y'all, we've been talking about these knees. It's very important.
Listen, you better stretch
because
get that calcium.
Our knees do not get enough acknowledgement about how important they are. And so I hope y'all are picking up this what we've been saying.
We gotta take them notes, I'm telling you.
Next question. When does self-care become luxurious?
When does self-care become luxurious? I think it should always be luxurious. I think that you should always make time to spoil yourself. Something I love to do or used to do more often is like take myself on solo dates.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be like breaking the bank to do it, or it could if you really want to. I think it's just a moment of like, how am I romanticizing my time with myself? How am I spending time with myself that feels really good? Because there are things that I want to do, and sometimes I don't want to have to wait on somebody else or buy tickets with them or like make sure they show up on time. Like I just want to go. And so I think self-care should always feel like, ooh, I'm doing something real good for myself, and that just feels full. It feels full.
I love that. I was telling someone a while ago, because we always talk about like self-care sounds good, but it can be expensive. And so one of the things that I did at the beginning of this year was I created a separate account that's like my self-care account. And so I've intentionally put money in there with the intention of every quarter doing something really big where it's a little expensive. But then throughout the months, doing like smaller things. Like I love flowers, right? And so
Mm,
having flowers or plants. I'm actually, you all can't. This is just one out of many plants in this house.
it's
I'm not
beautiful.
allowed. I'm not allowed to buy any more plants because we have so many. It's a New York apartment, so.
Hey,
Um,
I get it.
but that's the thing that I do that feels romantic to me, getting flowers.
Hmm. I'll ask you a question. Have you kind of abided by that? Like every quarter you do something really big for yourself?
I haven't been as consistent as I would like to,
Okay.
because life be life and we get really busy. But I just watch the money stack up, right? Because I'm like, oh, that means
Okay.
it's about to be a really big one at some point.
Mhm.
I do want to be more intentional about really sticking to that though, moving into 2026. Because I can't be talking about a sweet life with y'all if I'm not
Come on now.
following my own rules.
Come on. I'm gonna hold you accountable to that too. But like, where's the big move? When's it gonna happen?
Thank you. Please do hold me
Absolutely.
accountable because I need that in my life.
Absolutely, of course.
Um, this question actually ties into your company, which I love. So the question is about how can rituals support emotional regulation?
Mhm.
And I know you may be like, well, how does that tie in to God Be With You? Because I feel like ritual, sometimes people get like stuck on the word itself, right? But I think that
Yeah.
ritual is just a practice, especially anything that is connected to like self or spirit or the full gambit of it all. And so I want to talk about God Be With You. But before we get there, I want to know, do you have any ritual practices that you do or that you're like faithful to that help keep you emotionally regulated?
Mm. I go to therapy every week. I'm in that chair and I'm like, listen, here's what's going on in my life. And that's like new. When I was in my program, they said every therapist needs a therapist. And so they were really huge advocates that before you can help anybody else, you need to help yourself. And so I did it for a while and I picked it up again recently because I was like, there's still some stuff that I'm holding on to that I shouldn't be. And so I think that'd be like a ritual I do weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's a big one. That's the one that comes to mind the most, I think. Yeah.
I love that. First of all, I love that you're a therapist with your own therapist
You gotta
because
have it.
I think
Gotta
that's
have it.
important.
Yeah.
I this year saying like I picked back up therapy. I've been through 2
Yeah.
therapists at this point
Mhm.
but I'm really proud of myself because the first therapist, she was wonderful, but it just wasn't the right fit.
Yeah.
And the old me would have tried to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I'm not doing that. It doesn't serve me any purpose. It doesn't serve her any purpose. And so I was really proud to say to her, like, I think that I need to find someone different because this isn't working. And then I found my new girl and I love her. And it's
Period. I mean, that's so important though, because I feel like sometimes we get stuck and we're like, I don't want to break this relationship. But something that I say to my clients all the time is like, shop around. If I'm not a fit, find your fit because this is your life, this is your time, this is your money. And you want to make sure that you're getting what you need out of the space. So kudos to you for doing that. That
cute.
shows real self-love. That's beautiful.
Listen, I'm trying to level up here.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm trying to be my best self. Okay.
I love that.
So you have this amazing company. I'm gonna tell you this because maybe I had already told you this, but I'm gonna tell you again anyway. When you had first reached out to me and was
Mhm.
like, come to my retreat, I was like, okay. And I saw it and I was like, God be with you. I don't know if that's the place I'm supposed to be.
That's valid. That's fair. That's fair.
But it felt so welcoming to be in the
Oh,
space. I
good.
didn't feel any type of way. But I just thought it was funny because I was like, even my wife was like, "Is this? You sure you want to go?" I was like, "No, I think it's gonna be fine."
Well, you know what? Let me say something to that real quick. I think that And this is why I'm doing this. This is why I like God Be With You as a thing, because I think that when people hear the word Christian, especially now, we're not gonna get into politics, but especially now, they're like, ooh, I don't know, are you gonna judge me? Are you gonna like keep me out? This, that, and the third. And I'm like, that's not what I'm about. That's not my doctrine. That's not the gospel that I was raised on. And so what I've always wanted to do, even before finding my own walk with God and everything, was cultivate safe spaces, period. Hard stop. And that's kind of where this idea came from, because I was like, I needed that as a kid so badly. Being the only Black girl in my school and so on and so forth, I was like, where are my people? And so when I moved back to Brooklyn, I was like, where are my people? How do I bring people into the fold and make everyone feel like they have a spot at the table, and their voice matters? So thank you for letting me know that. I really appreciate you coming despite that, because that's not how we get down at all.
Yeah. I was like, it's going to be fine, because I did sit with it. I prayed on it.
Yeah.
And it felt good, right? Because I think that, this ties into like being able to listen to yourself, know thyself, right? And I'm really big on listening to my own intuition. I'm really big on listening to spirit. And I have been invited to places that spirit was like, girl, no. But this wasn't that. It felt very genuine and warm, and I did feel safe. And so I went. Also, so I've been living here in Brooklyn for about 6 years now, and I don't really go to events here.
Oh, I'm special? Stop.
So, like when I told my wife that I was going to go to this thing, she was like, really? I said, yeah, I really would like to. We've been here
so
6 years
honored.
now. I might as well start and really, because most of our business is outside of New York.
Yeah.
But there was something about it that the invitation was just so kind. And I want you to know that, because I think that there's something about your energy when you extended an invitation that's really beautiful and really welcoming. And I'm just so excited to see how things continue to unfold for you, because that was beautiful, and it's rare to feel that almost instantly.
Yeah. So, I just want to say thank you again. Like, I wasn't expecting anything out of sending the invite. I just saw the work that you were doing, and I felt like there was something that resonated with us. I felt like you were like kindred in a way. And so I was like, let me send the invitation out there. And if she responds, great. If she doesn't, I'll continue to support from afar. And now we're here. So I really appreciate you coming and really enjoying the experience. There's so much more that we're going to do. And you have like a courtesy invite to everything. So
yeah. Listen, if I'm here in New York and I'm available now, if it's really cold out, I can't make you.
Listen, we're on the same page. We're probably not gonna be doing stuff for a little bit, okay? Because
it's ridiculously really cold. But tell us about God Be With You.
Yes. So God Be With You is a Christian community designed to bring folks closer. You do not have to be a Christian. Let me say that. It's really about how are we bringing community together, and how can we talk about faith transparently if that feels natural and organic in the space. Predominantly speaking, it's a lot of women of color, especially because that's just my niche. I feel safest in those spaces, but it is really open to everybody. We've done collage nights. We've done the retreat that you came to. We had a gala where people were showing their art and their process and talking about the things that they were hoping to do and networking with each other. We just did a floral arrangement class on Saturday. So we have like a bunch of different things that we're doing. I think it's just to show that Christianity does not have to be boring. We're not sitting in a prayer closet all day. It's a part of the process, but that's not in totality who we are as people. And so again, I want to live my life deliciously, and I want to do it in community. So that's kind of like the crux of everything.
I love that. What is your biggest hope for 2026 when it comes to self and when it comes to God Be With You?
I think for self, I really want to do more things like this, like just connect more organically with other people. And I think that kind of folds into the work I'm doing with God Be With You, because I just want to build community. Yes. I feel like we're all so desperately clamoring for spaces where we feel safe, seen, heard, and understood. And so I want to do more of that. A big goal of mine for next year is doing a retreat away. So we did a retreat to Montauk for the day this year in August or so. But I want to take women out of New York and like really do stuff with that as well. So I think that's a bigger goal that I'm hoping to extend to in the spring. Maybe we'll see.
Listen, I don't know if you know this, but we are the queen.
Girl, I saw. Listen, look, we're gonna have to have a conversation about this because I saw and I was like, that's the woman I want to work with.
Yeah, and we started in 2014, honestly, into 2016. But in I think it was 2016 or 2017, my wife will probably drop in and tell me. There was an article written and they titled me the Queen of Retreats. And I was like, I claim that. I own that. So anytime you want to talk about retreating, what that looks like, logistics of it, how to take people, we have taken women outside of the country, 18.
Yeah.
We do them here in the States. You could even join me on one of the ones we're doing if you want to get a feel for the process. We could talk about that later.
We could talk about that. We will be talking about that. Listen, you got a friend of me.
We have 3 coming up that are in the state in the Poconos, New Orleans, and Martha's Vineyard. And so, so I say that to say retreats that's like my favorite word to hear. One, because it has become very trendy, but we need more of them. Yes. I know some people think that, there's so many out there. There's not enough spaces for us. And there is something about being able to take a group of people outside of their everyday and witness how they can come open, right? Yeah. So I wholeheartedly support you in this retreat endeavor. We can talk about that.
Oh, we most certainly will. And I saw like the things that you've done in the past. So it just like it just resonated. And I was like, this is exactly the person I want to be connected with. And so we're right here.
We're here.
We're here.
I'm excited. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
One thing that you want Black women to know as they step into 2026.
Do so unapologetically. I think that we hold ourselves in a posture of I'm sorry often, or we condense ourselves or mute ourselves, or we don't let ourselves actually feel because we're supposed to be strong and not vulnerable and hard but not soft. And I don't know about y'all, but I cannot hold on to that anymore. It's not my ministry. It's not my gospel, and I don't want to be that girl anymore. And I think it's keeping me from experiencing the joys of life in a real tangible, immediate way. And so as you go into this new year, don't say sorry, unless obviously you have to hold yourself accountable. Right. But truly enjoy your life and don't apologize for doing so, even if people don't understand it.
I love that. We are tripling down on this no longer apologizing.
Please, no.
I love that. Thank you for extending that reminder. I want to thank you for joining us this evening and for sharing a little bit of yourself with us. We do not take it lightly.
Thank you.
As I said earlier, y'all, we have one more giveaway for this evening. Diane, you have this beautiful deck that I would like to gift to someone. Also, before I get there, Lavonda says she loves your clarity.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you,
Lavonda. So we're gonna tell the people about your beautiful deck, and we'll figure out the parameters for the giveaway inside of the circle, y'all. You have to be inside the circle to be eligible for the giveaway. But tell me about this beautiful deck.
Gladly. So I've been fidgeting with it. I have it right here, y'all.
I love it.
So like I said, I'm a therapist by practice, but an artist by trade. And so God Be With You kind of combines all of my worlds into one thing. And it has 6 different decks in it, which covers 6 different emotions: anger, fear, joy, peace, love, and sadness. And something I recognized when I first started like walking this spiritual walk, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to get into the Bible. It just feels like a foreign concept to me. And I was like, but I'm really struggling with certain emotions like anger or sadness or fear. And I want to feel love. I want to feel joy. I want to feel peace. How do I get there? And so God Be With You came from that place of like, I'm angry. What are some scripture I can use to talk to God about that? And I think on the back of each card, there's a scripture and then it asks you a question. So say, for example, you're struggling with anger. It asks you like, how do you forgive what you can't forget? And it's something to like really sit with and journal out and, you know, wrestle with yourself on while having that like vertical conversation with spirit, with source, with God, however you want to frame that. And I think that has helped me a lot in understanding trauma for myself, but also for my clients. Because I work with clients who have like dealt with abuse and all kinds of things throughout their life. And it helps me like really understand myself, but then also how do I bring God into that conversation and be honest with him about how he got me messed up sometimes too. Yeah.
First of all, I love that you say that because I think sometimes we're afraid to admit that part, right?
Yeah.
I had one of the other curators and a dear friend, Tama, she said this to me years ago because I was really struggling because I was angry. I was in that space of being angry.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, we were talking about prayer and she was like, why are you being so nice? It is okay to
Nice.
tell them that you are upset, that you are angry, that you're disappointed, right? Because it was always like yeah, but you know, but I'm grateful. I have a good life, right? Like, but I have all these things. Other people have it harder. And she was like, no, stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that you say that because I think that that's important for people to know that it's okay to, in your spiritual practice, to be like, you know what? I'm really pissed off right now.
Yeah. I think something that one of my really good friends said to me, and it like stuck to my heart, was all a feeling demands is to be felt. And so the more we spend time burying these things, it's going to come out from underneath the carpet eventually. It's like, you cannot control that though. Like if you keep sweeping it under the rug, eventually it's just going to explode out of you. And that's not helpful to you. It's not helpful to other people around you in your proximity. Like it's a bomb that's going to detonate. So I think this card game and also just my own work in therapy as a client has shown me like I need to process, honor, and work through the feeling as opposed to burying it like it's not there, because that's not fair to me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, we are gifting someone, some lucky person, this beautiful deck. And you have to be inside of the circle to be eligible. We will announce inside the circle the winner. I forgot I have this wheel of names. So that's how I'll know if you're in the circle. We'll run the wheel inside of the circle, and the first name that the wheel chooses will be the winner of this beautiful deck. And if you're like, I'm not trying to wait for the giveaway, I just want to get the deck. It is inside the marketplace. So you all have the link inside the marketplace. You can take a look at what it looks like. You can get a full overview and you can just purchase them right then and there for yourself as a gift. Totally up to you. Okay. Well, let's see. Stitch says her heart posture is so sweet. That was very kind.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And she also says the deck sounds like a great companion for study.
It has helped me for sure. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, do you want to add to our beautiful 12 Days of Sweetness song?
Yes. You know what? I've been thinking about it. And I'm ready. Yes.
Great. I love this. I love this for you. All right. So you're going to be the bonus for our day 7.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that it goes right now is on the 7th day of sweetness, we offer this to you. 7 sewing sisters.
Ooh.
And
Oh, wait, I had one prepared. Hold on, let me think. 7 women smiling. There we go.
I love that.
One joy
7
in 2026.
smiling.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love this. Thank you so much for that ad. Also, y'all, this time I promise I wrote it in a way that is legible, so I don't have to worry about not being able to read my handwriting, because earlier I could not read my handwriting. Well, as we close out this evening, I want to say thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
You all, please follow God Be With You on all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook. What else is there?
I'm on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah.
Instagram and TikTok. You can connect with Cheyenne inside of the circle. You can click on her luxury curator card, be like, hey, let's talk, all of the things. And that is that. I'm just going to do a few sweet church announcements as we close out. You do not have to stay for them. But thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
All right. Good night. All right, friends and family, because at this point, y'all are family. Thank you so much for joining us on this 7th day of sweetness. We had a 2-for-1, so we stayed for the full duration. And I am so grateful and so honored. We will be back again tomorrow for day 8, 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have not joined the circle yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's free to join us. The link at the bottom will get you in there. You can have access to all of the classes, all of the recordings, the marketplace, the giveaways, all of that is there. I want to thank you for joining us. I hope you have a beautiful, loving, sweet night, and we will see you again tomorrow at 6:00. Good night, everybody.